Let's put a little eye candy up there for this video. So today I want to talk about something that affects us mechanics folk, especially around Christmas time. Everybody's going to know what I'm talking about here. And we're going to talk about gimmick tools. So I'm not talking about maybe a tool that was designed well but was poorly thought out. For example, these pound through screwdrivers from Harbor Freight where you could wrench the head seemed like a really good idea. Unfortunately, the heads are not attached to the shaft, so they can spin free. The metal actually comes in contact with it, so when you hammer it, it works. But put a lot of torque on that, it's just going to spin loose. So the design was actually well thought out, just poorly manufactured. Let's talk about gimmick tools. The first one I want to talk about is this Cobalt pistol grip screwdriver. So as you can see, it acts as a revolver. Sorry, hard to do with one hand. So you can rotate around. You have a Phillips 0, Phillips 0, Phillips 2, Phillips 2, Phillips 1. And if you look through here, you can actually see what you're pulling in, taking out. I don't know if you noticed, this tool is very clean. And the reason it's clean is because it's not as functional as you think it would be. Having the short bits right next to this really fat handle, and then this pistol grip driver where it's sticking out that far, you don't get a lot of use out of it. So this is something that looks cool, and it's got this cool holster that you can carry around, and you can sit there and play with it all day. You have your Torx bits, you have your slotted bits, and you have your square driver bits in here, and then Phillips is what I've got loaded up now. It also has a ratcheting feature. Like I said, the tool works, but it's just very gimmicky, and I haven't found a use that is practical for this particular driver. So this is a gimmick tool, most definitely. Okay, this next one is pretty interesting. It was given to me by a coworker at Christmas time, and it's something that he told me he dug out of his sock drawer that he had never used. And I haven't seen anybody else that has one of these. There's a good reason for that, because it's awful. All right, there's a use for the screwdriver. Hold that lid down. This, one thing you can't get in the video is how terrible this smells. It smells awful. Maybe that's because it was in a sock drawer, I'm not sure. It's a good representation of what a ratchet looks like. But this is a squeeze ratchet. And Lord help us, the way a squeeze ratchet works is you squeeze it and the end moves. And I don't know if you're paying attention, but if you watch one of the teeth, as I turn it, I am getting roughly 8 degrees of turn. So divide 360 by 8, and that's gonna tell you how many times you have to sit there and do this to get one revolution out of something. It's not well thought out. You don't have mechanical advantage when you do this, and doing this motion over and over again is incredibly taxing and difficult. For most people, they're gonna use one of the screwdrivers like the Stanley rotator that the end twists. I'll do a different video on that. Try to get it up this week so you can see what I'm talking about. But it has these special sockets. There is an adapter for it. Oh, the adapter's not there. That's one of the things that that got me. But if the adapter was there, it's basically a 3/4 socket with an anvil for just your regular socket bits. But this is probably one of the worst tools ever. Like, technically you can use it as a regular ratchet, and then it only goes in one direction. So if you want to go the other way, you have to flip it over, and then you're using the handle like this, and it's very awkward, especially if I was on a fixed thing trying to use it. But the squeeze ratchet, probably the worst tool ever, just in my opinion. And this may be because it's the bottom of the bin, when maybe there's a version of this that's nicer. If you know of a version of the squeeze ratchet that's nicer, please comment down below and let me know what it is. And also, if you have any other gimmick tools out there that you would like for me to review, type them down in the comments below. If you go back and look through my channel history, probably the first gimmick tool video I did was on something called the Skill Ratchet Lock, which was essentially a pair of water pump pliers that was supposed to do everything, but was terrible at everything. So that ends series 1 on gimmick tools. Again, a gimmick tool could be something that actually works too, and that you like to use every day. But in general, they're probably going to be crap because they're marketed to the masses, and they're sold at Walmart on the end caps and at Christmas time. So everybody buys them. They give them out as Christmas gifts. They never get used. It's not something like a Knipex where you get them off the tool truck or maybe through Amazon. These aren't really marketed that well in the USA, but they don't really have to market them. When I brought the Knipex to work, within 4 months, all the other mechanics at work had Knipex because they work. They work great. People say, "Hey Ryan, what size is that?" And I say, I don't know. It's a Knipex. These tools, these don't get used. These rarely get used. This thing's never been used right here, this squeeze ratchet. Never touched it except for this video. And the only reason I kept it is because I kept telling myself, I'll do a video on this one day. And it's been 6 years. So I'm glad to finally get this out of here. If anybody would like to purchase this squeeze ratchet from me, please comment down below. I'll ship it to you. You'll pay for shipping, and maybe it's rare and worth money. Who knows? I doubt it, but I tell you, I don't know who gave the okay on this and thought that they were gonna make money off of it. That's all you get. It's a whole lot of work for a whole lot of nothing. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I'm ranting a little bit. Please like and subscribe. Look for more of this in the future. I'm about to throw out a lot of tool reviews. I got a lot of tools that I need to get through. And now I have the time, I have the setup, and I'm excited to share my tool collection with you guys.